Well, everybody, we're screaming a seventh time. There you go. So, what's the plot?
Scream 7 is yet another Scream movie, but we're back with Neve Campbell, who has a daughter, and some people want to kill her. And it's a big old mystery as to who, except it's really obvious one of them, and the other one is a character I literally forgot was in the movie, so I was very confused.
I was trying so hard to recognize the second killer, but I couldn't.
Connor, what'd you think of Scream 7?
Scream 7 is comes back with the daughter, Sidney Campbell's daughter, and Neve Campbell's daughter, Sidney Prescott's daughter, and her husband, Joel McHale. And she's got a new set of friends, and she said that her friend, I'm adding to the plot because he didn't do it, because Sidney Prescott won't give her the information, and there's killers on the loose.
And one of the killers uses AI to pretend to be Matthew Lillard.
And a bunch of old characters show up because AI is... Because it's a Paramount movie, and Paramount is owned by Oracle. Not really Oracle. The guy who owns Oracle's son. Big AI pushers. And for some reason, the only movie that concepts they can come up with is AI bad. See, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, and Final Reckoning. Ironically. Then they were like, AI bad movie? Hell yeah. So you got the AI Matthew Lillard.
This one's not even an AI
Sidney
bad
Prescott
movie necessarily. It's kind of just like AI has to be there somewhere, so they use AI to make Matthew Lillard.
It's current. That's the parody they're trying to do. Not really parody. It's not. It's really like how it's like how the first Scream soft reboot movie after the reboot was relaunch was. The second relaunch, because 2011 was kind of a single movie relaunch. But after the second relaunch, Scream 4, they were like, okay, we're going to do the Last Jedi shtick. Yeah. And now they're doing this. It's just like, what current event can we pretend to parody? Because these are just the cheap, generic slashers that the Wes Craven was making fun of.
Yeah.
Early on, that he was playing.
We're 7 deep in this motherfucker.
The wink and the nods are gone after seven movies. I would dare I say 4 was too many when Wes Craven was working on them. But Wes Craven doesn't have a flawless track record. He's made some amazing things. Not an excellent, consistent track record with him. He's not John Carpenter, who also doesn't have a perfect track record, mind you, but a much cleaner one. Much relatively, if we're going blow for blow. But the thing was, the 4 was too much. You're already kind of treading on jumping the shark. By 7, the shark is jumped, you know. You brought in these 2 new characters, Jenna Ortega and the lady who loves Palestine. And they both said they loved Palestine. Well, the first lady said, I love Palestine, so they fired her. Then Jenna Ortega's like, fuck, I can get out of these movies and I say I love Palestine.
Worked out great.
So she did. So now you have to add this new cast, and their only thought was that Sidney Prescott has a daughter now, who wasn't even mentioned in Scream 4, but presumably would be alive during Scream 4.
Yeah, and her husband,
or she would have been like
McHale.
Pregnant, and her husband, web soup star Joel McHale.
Yeah. And Courtney Cox just drives into the movie for no reason.
Courtney Cox is so loosely relevant, and so is all the friends. It's mostly like Sidney Prescott and her daughter have some conflict, and they're being attacked by Ghostface, and the first Ghostface dies, and they say, but there has to be more Ghostface. There's always more Ghostface. And then there's more than one Ghostface, and then there's AI, and it's just a giant clusterfuck. And the weird thing is, at this point, and they're doing Scary Movie 6, so maybe the parody of the parody is going to be the most cutting edge of all.
The Wayans are back, baby. It's time.
I feel like you can make a Scream type movie about Scream by now. Because this movie is just the best of Scream, basically. It's a compilation. You get the old actors back, and it's like, look at all these kills we can recreate with new actors. It's the same thing as the last two. It's just the same again and again and again. But, gosh, the parody aspects, the winks and the nods from the first movie especially, but also the next few are gone. Well, they're here, but they're obligatory, which kind of defeats the purpose, in my opinion. Honestly, they should just and this movie more or less was, but they did the obligatory wink and a nod, which really they've been doing since 5. But, yeah, it just kind of has the issue where they don't want to do the Scream parody stuff, but if they don't, then what's it worth? You have these two people at the start of the movie, the cold open, or two people going to a recreation of the Prescott house that is
I think the Prescott house got turned into an Airbnb.
Yeah, it's an Airbnb, and they're true crime podcast enthusiasts, because all of these movies are obsessed with the cheap idea that people who like true crime podcasts are just as bad as the killers or something.
Just like all my favorite documentary, Predators.
Here's the thing. Is it weird that people are fascinated with true crime podcasts? Sure. I never made it my life. But I watched like 300 episodes of Forensic Files because the shit's interesting, and I like watching about people who were brutally murdered while I eat my fucking pizza rolls or whatever in my house. Whatever. Is it exploitative? Sure. Who cares? I don't. So that was kind of as far as they took the wink and a nod, and everything else was just a very earnest horror movie.
Yeah.
Ghostface, like always, and it bothers me, but there's 3 Ghostfaces, and they all have the same exact physicality as the original Ghostface. Again.
Yep.
It's more excuses on who the new Ghostface is,
and they're all bulletproof.
I remember Scream 5, they said, God, it's always someone close to you, blah, 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 let's do the break it down sequence, and it's like the fucking 4th time you guys have done this. At this point, it's not a parody. They're like, oh, that's too obvious that it's true crime fanatic kid. Couldn't be him. It's like, you guys did this fucking gag last time and the time before.
Well, the only parody, the one parody element in this movie is when Black Jerry Seinfeld starts doing the breakdown, and then the girl says, we don't need to do the breakdown again, or maybe it's the other way around, but then they just proceed to do the breakdown again anyway.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing, so Black Jerry Seinfeld from the other Scream movies, and not
Hard Eyes.
Hard Eyes. I was gonna say My Bloody Valentine. It wasn't that. That's an actual.
Same movie.
That's an older movie, but he just does Jerry Seinfeld shtick throughout the whole movie.
He does.
It's like Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son or something, but he's like obviously the mom had an affair with Jerry Seinfeld.
What's the deal with getting stabbed?
What's the deal with getting stabbed?
What's the deal with there being 2 ghost faces, George? There's 2 of them!
Kramer comes out to offend him, and he's like, what's the deal with me inviting you places, Kramer? Kramer starts saying
Black
things
Jerry
that you're
Seinfeld,
good.
want to go see me perform at the Laugh Factory?
Oh, God. That's not funny. That's not fucking funny, dude. Kramer is a bad man. Anyhow, it was pretty bad. It was the same thing again. It was the same shit. It was probably of similar quality of Scream 5 and 6. And Scream 5, I accepted it. Scream 6, I was tired of it. And now I'm just like, just stop making these. So, Hayden, what did you think of Scream 7?
Scream 7. When the first Scream came out, there were, 8 Friday the 13th movies, I think?
There were...
I think it was 8, right?
1996, Jason Goes to Hell is 91, so it would have been 9.
We're catching up.
We're catching up.
Literally catching up to the thing you were making fun of for having too many sequels.
Yes.
There's nothing new to say. There's no parody element to this. It's just a lifeless slasher that vaguely resembles something that used to be a parody, but it takes itself completely dead seriously. And this concept is not worth taking seriously. You know, it's real boring, but the battery's dying, so I guess, Connor, would you recommend Scream 7?
No. I think the only way they'll stop is if we stop going to them. They're already talking about Scream 8, which, I don't know. I feel like Scream would be, like, revered as, like, this great, like, masterpiece today if it wasn't for the fact that it had 6 subsequent films.
Yeah.
And I think with every movie, it's kind of like John Wick. Every subsequent movie, it just kind of pisses on its grave even more. It could be the best Scream movie of all time, but it's just pissing on the legacy.
Yeah, I mean, I've liked
one.
some amount of the sequels.
I have as well, and I didn't think any of the Wes Craven ones were particularly bad, although the only Scream movie I haven't seen is Scream 2. I watched part of it on TV in elementary school because they put it on the TV on accident, but they also at the same time put Freddy vs. Jason on the TV on accident. Sorry. My teachers would just do that shit all the time, so I watched like part of the theater scene when she was at college, which I believe was Scream 2. The part where he's over the stage cutting some guy's throat. So that's the only part I've seen of Scream 2. Obi, fucking what are you doing
Obi,
down?
why are you harassing Akuma? What did he do?
Anyhow. Aiden, would you recommend this movie?
Fuck
Scream
no.
7. Did I recommend it? No, I don't recommend it.